Here's a beautiful limit, but it looks challenging and I'm going to deconstruct it for you in this video. I'm going to show you a beautiful and elegant approach to understanding this limit with the floor function. Okay, so the limit is limit x goes to 0 from the right, so x is positive, of x times the floor of 1 over x plus the floor of 2 over x all the way up to the floor of k over x. Now to give you just a quick insight or a quick recap on the floor function, just to get our minds warmed up. So if you take the floor of any number, it's the greatest integer less than or equal to that number. So the floor of 7.3 is equal to 7. The floor of negative 2.3, the greatest integer less than or equal to negative 2.3 is going to equal to negative 3. And the floor of 6 is of course equal to just 6. Okay, the integer itself if it's an integer. So this is the floor function, and one key property of the floor function, because we're going to try to estimate and understand what's going on with this limit, and we don't even know it exists right now. But one key property about the floor function is if you take the floor of something, so if you take the floor of x, what's the key property? That it's always less than or equal to x, because after all it's the greatest integer less than or equal to x, so it's less than or equal to x, and also it's going to be greater than x minus 1. Okay, so that's going to be a fundamental property we're going to use. And don't forget to hit that like button if you're really excited about this. You know, it really makes a huge difference, and hype the video as well using the hype feature. I really want to help as many people as possible with infinite free accessible math education, and it means a lot to me watching this video. I've got so much fun math content on my channel. So let's now get into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some estimates to get a feel for it, okay? Because these floor functions are kind of messy. Let's estimate and see where we get, okay? So we're going to do that. So let's look at, the floor x times this, okay? How does this work? So first of all, the floor of I over x, right? If I is a positive integer. So here in this limit, k is a fixed positive integer, we're finding the limit. So if I is a positive integer between 1 and k, the floor of I over x is going to be less than or equal to I over x. Okay, that's just that inequality up there. And again, it's going to be greater than I over x minus 1. Okay, so that's going to be crucial. So now what we can do is we can estimate what's inside here. So I'm just going to do that right now. So let's now estimate what's inside this sum. So we got that the floor of 1 over x, plus the floor of 2 over x, all the way up to the floor of k over x, right? That's going to be our sum that we're interested in. That's going to be less than or equal to the sum of the numbers, right? So it's going to be less than or equal to 1 over x plus 2 over x, all the way up to k over x. And let me just switch the markers and use black here. So that's going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k. The formula is k times k plus 1 over 2. Okay, so this is going to be k times k plus 1 over 2, and of course x is in the bottom. Okay, so we've got that. This times 2x, and it's also going to be greater than, okay, it's going to be greater than if you subtract off. Okay, so if you subtract off 1 from each of these without taking the floor function, so then we're going to get basically 1 over x minus 1 plus 2 over x minus 1 all the way up to k over x minus 1. Okay, so that's what we're going to get. And that inequality again comes because when you take the floor, it's the greatest integer less than or equal to the number, so it cannot be more than 1 less than that number. Okay, so we've got that, and again that's going to be, we collect all the terms 1 over x up to k over x, that's going to be k times k plus 1 over 2 and 2x, and you're going to subtract off k1. So you're going to subtract off k, and that's going to be our inequality. So this less than this quantity less than that. Okay, now what happens when we multiply by x? Okay, so we're going to squeeze this limit in between two expressions. If you multiply both sides by x, okay, all sides by x, we're going to get the following. We're going to get x times this, okay, here we're going to times x, and x is positive, remember, so the inequality signs don't change, and here again we're going to times x. Okay, so we're going to times x here, and what happens when we do that? Okay, so when we times x here, obviously the x's cancel, so we're just going to get that expression. That's pretty neat. And when we times x here, again the x's cancel, so this x is going to cancel with this x, but we're going to have an x here. Okay, so I'm just doing that in one step, so we're going to get this minus kx. Okay, so that's going to be our two bounds. And now it's super cool. It's super cool because just observe that as x approaches 0, this quantity approaches k times k plus 1 over 2 because kx approaches 0, and this quantity is just constant, it's k times k plus 1 over 2. So this expression in the middle is getting squeezed between two things that are both approaching k times k plus 1 over 2. Therefore, the original limit is equal to k times k plus 1 over 2. So that's the answer. So this approach is going to tend to k times k plus 1 over 2. And a huge thank you so much to Stephan, Alex and Nathan for Patreon support, and Aman, Rob, Shabid, and Bernard for YouTube membership. It makes a world of difference to the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, which I'm so grateful for, it would mean the world to me. Every small contribution matters and is deeply valued. Check out the Patreon link in the description, or YouTube channel membership join button on a desktop browser rather than the app, because it's cheaper and also more money goes directly to the creator. Apple takes a cut through the app. You might want to understand this intuitively. This was like a trick. So how do you intuitively visualize these limits? I've got a fun video for you. Check it out. It's going to pop on the screen here. It's a limit as x goes to 0 of x squared times 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up to the floor of 1 over absolute value x. Another problem like this one, but I dissected it intuitively before giving this slick-like proof. So you'll get a sense of that. If you watch that video, see if you can actually incorporate that intuitive proof over there and give a proof here. It'll be a fun exercise to practice. Check it out. It's going to pop on the screen. And another fun video you're going to love is the famous AMGM inequality. Okay, the AMGM inequality is very famous, but I give you a visual and intuitive picture of what it is that just makes sense. It's so beautiful. You're gonna have to watch that. It's just a 5-minute video, but check it out. It's gonna pop on the screen here. Wish you an amazing day, and I'm super excited to catch you in either of those two videos.